Hey guys, Chris here, and in War of the Visions, we have Final Fantasy 15, also known as Final Fantasy: Boy Band running around with swords and guns. In this video, we're going to cover all of the summon banners, the shops, the new stuff for free-to-play and light spenders, and see the best places where we can find value. There's a lot of good stuff to look at this week, and I think with these collaboration events, it's always a good time actually to take a shot in the dark on the gacha to see if you can get these new units, but we'll talk about that as we get into the video. Grab your camera, turn on the jukebox. It's Final Fantasy 15 in War of the Visions. Okay, first guys, I do want to talk about the Amazon App Store, and if you happen to play War of the Visions, or you have the ability to play War of the Visions on the Amazon App Store through an Android device, there's no reason why you wouldn't take advantage of this offer. Basically, Amazon and War of the Visions are partnering up, doing another promotional event where if you buy one of the 4 packs in-game, you will get a $10 credit towards buying more stuff in-game, and we're going to get into this in this video. We'll take a look at these packs, but I will tell you that there's one of these packs that we're looking at specifically. The other 3 we're probably going to let go, especially because this is a video for free to play and light spenders. If you guys don't know how these Amazon coins work, basically you go through the Amazon App Store, you can buy coins, you spend those coins on anything in the Amazon App Store. So if you go and buy Amazon coins, you spend them on one of these 4 purchases in game in War of the Visions, you'll get that $10 credit. All right, now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is the first thing that we do every single week. We go to Chocobo Expedition. You have a new Chocobo Expedition for Final Fantasy 15, so make sure you set your expedition party to this area. Everybody gets the Prompto for free in their unit box, so make sure you come in here, drop him in here so that you get those extra rare drops. The next thing, we'll head over to the challenge boards, and I thought it was pretty funny. I watched Dig say that the biggest update to the challenge boards was that they no longer lag, and he's right. You can actually click through these challenge boards and they don't lag anymore. Anyway, you get this challenge board for Final Fantasy 15. Make sure you fill this out. You get some pretty neat stuff, just some extra awakening materials for ice, earth, dark units. But I do want to talk about Prompto's training board. Everybody should be filling this out. I've had a couple of people in my comments on earlier videos in the year, and they'll say something like, I've pulled a new unit. Like this was on my farm video. They said, oh, I pulled farm, but I probably won't even fill out the challenge board for. No. Anytime you get the ability, anytime you have the unit and you have the ability to fill this out, do it. This is 120 shards, 6,000 Visual value. You also get 9 rainbow spheres. Just do it. If you pull a new unit, always fill it out. So everybody, since they have Prompto for free, should be filling this out. Similarly, even if you aren't going for Noctis and you happen to pull them, which we'll talk about in a second, make sure that you get enough shards to fill this out. Let's head over to the summon banners and let's take a look at the summon banners. Nothing too complicated here. There's nothing like we don't have to solve a Rubik's Cube or anything to figure out these summon banners this time, but you have your standard Noctis banner. You're going to get a 10-time summon on that banner. You shouldn't ever be summoning on this Prompto banner. There's no reason to do this. He's given for free to everybody. I do want to talk about these step ups though. I probably wouldn't touch the Prompto step up since we already have him as a unit. If you really need these Blossoms of Paradise, I guess, and you've already filled out the Noctis board, but no, we're not touching that. The Noctis 9 step up, I want to talk about the kind of the strategies for how you're going to get Noctis. Now, if you have the 40,000 Visual, like you see, I don't, but if you have the 40,000 Visual, you're willing to go all the way to get the pity for Noctis, then yeah, you can just spend your Visual and you don't have to worry about it. But one of the things that I've been doing about, and I talked about in my account guide for my casual account, is basically every single time they offer one of these step ups for new units, I've been summoning at least the first 2 steps, and that's it. And then if it's a unit I really want, or I'm like, I kind of wanted a little bit more, I'll go a little bit further on the step up. I might go to step 6, like spend 8,000 and get 6 steps. And this has actually been really good. I've gotten like Valentine's Salir, Varouche, I've got Halloween Frederica. All of these are units that I didn't have the Visual to go chasing after, but I said, you know what? I'm just going to throw a little bit of Visual at these step ups and you could get lucky. So that might be a good strategy. If you're somewhere like what I have here with 18,000, it might not be a bad idea to throw like 4,000 at those first 3 steps. See if you get Noctis. If you don't, the advantage is you get these 100 medals per summon on here. You can throw those medals towards Prompto shards instead. Just something to think about. And I will mention this on Prompto. If you don't get any Prompto shards, like if you aren't going to buy any Prompto shards or push Prompto at all, I don't even have Titus at 120 yet. So we are what? 7 or 8 months past that event, and I put nothing into Titus on my main account, and he's like halfway towards from 115 to 120. I need like maybe 100 more shards. That's how long you'll have to wait to 120 these units. It'll actually be a little bit quicker because of some of the other changes to guild barracks and everything. So if you're just thinking about skipping Final Fantasy 15 altogether, expect to be about 7-8 months to 120 Prompto. And then scrolling down here, we got this is a paid Visuor, but these are basically you pay a bunch of Visuor and you get guaranteed shards. I actually don't like these. Even if you're a light spender, I don't like these two values. If you're going to spend paid Visuor, you're going to do it on, where is it? There it is, right here. 5 UR units guaranteed. This includes these Black Friday summon medals. We'll talk about that when we get to the Mog shop, but I actually think there's better deals than this. But if you're going to spend Visuor, paid Visuor this week, this would be where I would do it. But like for the 2-year anniversary, we'll get things like 10 units guaranteed can be retried instead of 5. So I would say you could probably just skip this and wait for better things to come along. This buyback, Visuor buyback summon, you can see I've done the first 3 steps. Basically, you just want to do the steps as high as you can get them. They're just giving you free Visuor. I almost always get the minimum on these, so I don't know. I've never seen anybody like get 20,000 on step 3 or anything. So let me know in the comment section if you've seen that. If they keep doing these banners, like I am going to be saving all the way for the 2nd year anniversary, and hopefully they're going to be throwing another one of these out. I think we've talked about this before. We're like free to play. In order to maximize value, if you're like super hardcore min max, you want to be able to get to this step 5, which means you'll have to carry 70,000 Visuor in your account at all times, which might not be very practical, but maybe you carry at least a minimum of 30,000 in case they drop these. I also suspect that Gumi, when they drop these banners, they know exactly how much Visuor most people have in their accounts, so they only drop these when people are going to struggle, like the majority of players will struggle to get up to that step 5. Just throwing that one out there, but hopefully they throw another one of these out by the 2-year anniversary, so if you can work your way up to 70,000 Visuor, you could get a lot of free Visuor back. Anyway, not a lot more that I want to talk about here. We do have some more like select vision card and unit shards in here. You know, it's okay. I do think that this is a good value. Like every free-to-play player should be maybe grabbing this because it's 40 shards for any unit that you want, and you get additional shards in that summon as well. And then this raid equipment material, don't bother with this. Make sure you do your guild summons. Let's head over to the shop and take a look at the shops here to finish out this video. Okay, if we go over to our special shop, we're going to see some of these Black Friday packs that we saw before. So you can do these Noctis shard pack. We're talking about free to play. We're talking about value. The first thing I want to talk about is these Visuor Pack F. Guys, if you are a light spender, even if you are like just a minnow, every single time they offered these Visuor Pack Fs, buy them. Buy them, buy them. These are the best value in War of the Visions since the start of the game. Every time they offer these, it's only $7 for 2450 paid Visuor, 1,000 free Visuor. So I'll let you guys know on my main account, these are pretty much like all I've bought. I think I've done maybe one of those monthly deals where you get like some Visuor every single day for a month. Outside of that, I pretty much only buy these Visuor Pack Fs. And if you get that $10 credit, like we'll talk about in a second, you can actually come in and buy this for free. So you can actually get this for $1. So guys, the easiest way to get that $10 credit from the Amazon is actually not going to be through here. You're actually going to go up to your Visuor, you click plus on here, and then if you go down this Black Friday Visuor Pack 1, this is part of that Black Friday deal. Guess what? It's only $1. So basically you come in here, spend $1, you're going to get access to that $10 Amazon promotional credit as well. So we did this before with the last promotional credit. So basically you could have spent only $2 to get that $10 back. They just want you to spend Amazon coins in game. That's exactly how this works. So if we go back down, none of these other ones like I super like these are okay, but again, we're talking $47. We're trying to get our best value. I'm talking to the value people here. $7, this is incredible. Every time there's a Visuor Pack F, I actually think like everybody in the game should be buying these Visuor Pack Fs because comparatively in value to everything else they offer in War of the Visions, this is number one, the best. Okay, so now let's scroll down. There's not really a lot else I want to talk about here. These are part of that Amazon offer, right? So this is not part of the Amazon offer, so hold that thought. The parts that are part of that Amazon offer, we have the Select UR unit pack. This is $100 to basically get a level 99 unit. You also have $100 to get a maxed out, or $80 to get a maxed out vision card. I actually think this is way more valuable. Vision cards are way more valuable than units. Okay, moving on, 15 Visual Shop. When you buy that Visual Pack F, you're going to get some paid Visual. You'll have 2450. You can grab everything in here. If you don't get Noctis or Prompto, don't bother buying these shards, but there's a couple of other things you want to buy. 15 paid Visual is really not that much, but you can get some large energy restores. Even if you're free to play, you don't have paid Visual, you can do that. Moving down, this Black Friday Deluxe Shop. So there's not a lot in here I would actually look at, even for paid Visual. This is just, what is this? 1 rainbow sphere? Oh, 3 rainbow spheres for 60 paid Visual. You know, not really. Daily rainbow pack, you're getting 5 and 2 for paid 300. Yeah, no. I think with that paid Visual, if you do buy that 2450 paid Visual pack, I would like save those for these like 10 times summon banners and stuff, like the one we looked at before. Like buy that Visual pack F and maybe save that paid Visual for the 2-year anniversary. Anyway, not a lot I would look at in here. Moving on to the Black Friday Celebration Shop. Definitely grab all of this stuff for Gil. This is pretty obvious. You're gonna work your way down. MR unit shards, no, free to play, we're not touching that. UR unit training packs, no, we're not touching this. So there's not a whole lot in this pack I would buy, except moving down here, the equipment. Now Diggs covered the equipment pretty well, but I will say there are a couple pieces of equipment like the Ice Lance +5, really hard to farm, and if you're going for Aranea next week, she definitely wants to use this Ice Lance +5. This is a really good buy, but most of these, like, do you have to buy them? If it's something you need on one of your top characters, like if you just started as a new player and you have like Black Witch Helena and you don't have a weapon for, you could buy like a +5 platinum rod. That's a good example of a character. Or you get like Valentine Solaire or something as a unit you really want to use and you don't have a weapon for her, you could buy the Dark Glove. So anyway, look at what your best characters are and you can make that decision for yourself. The best values again in here is going to be that Ice Lance +5. That's a really good one. And then I'm always somebody who always talks about the smart coat, so this is another one that's really good. If you are new and you have these evasion units like Lara Croft, Halloween Frederica, or whatever, these newer units, and you don't have evasion gear, you can get a +5 Sage's hat here as well. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot else here in the Mog Shop. I'm going to take a look at this real quick. You want to make sure you buy all the important stuff in the event medals. This isn't too hard to get. These summon medals, like we talked about, if you jump into those 9 step-ups, you do that like budget approach, you spend 4,000 or 8,000, you don't get Noctis. You can always come in here and dump these into Prompto shards since everyone will have Prompto, so that's really the only thing to talk about there. This vision card, I know I didn't talk a lot about that vision card, but if you do any of these summons and you're getting that vision card, so you do that step up for this vision card, grab the shards for the vision card before I would Prompto. You know, Prompto's gonna be, or he'll be there for you if you make sure you max out the vision card before you go digging into Prompto shards. These Black Friday shops, there's some decent stuff in here. Like this is probably the Soul Stars, and Vision Stars are actually probably the #1 value, then the Soul Stars, then maybe the Blossoms, and then I like the skip tickets, especially for like casual players. If you spend a couple dollars and you do one of these summons, you get these Black Friday medals, get these skip tickets. All right, nothing else to talk about here. We will go to the events real quick. Final Fantasy 15 has the event, which is pretty standard. And I will throw this little nugget out there. I'm still very disappointed in War of the Visions on how they do these collaboration events. They've been getting slightly better, but it's kind of like, here's some themed music, go fight some wolves, and then we'll call it good. And at least they have like the Final Fantasy 15 soldiers that you fight, in like Final Fantasy 7 they had those soldiers, but I would still love to see them do something narratively with this, like have Mont go in there like they did with the crossover event with Brave Exvius, where maybe like Mont gets teleported into Final Fantasy 15 and he actually talks to the characters. But maybe they can't do that, or maybe they just don't want to, but I think it would actually be kind of cool, because I'm one of these people, I've never played Final Fantasy 15. I don't really have a great desire to, but having it in War of the Visions is like, okay, this is pretty cool. And maybe if there was actually telling me what that game was about, it might entice me to go play the game instead of this collaboration event working like one way for Square Enix, where it's like, if you've played 15, it's now in War of the Visions. Maybe it could work that other way, where it's like, if you're playing War of the Visions and you've never played 15, it might make you more interested in that game. But there's nothing about this collaboration event in War of the Visions that makes me want to play Final Fantasy 15 more. Anyway, that's just my rant on these collaboration events, and I'm going to continue to do a rant on these collaboration events until they change that. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are looking forward to Prompto and Noctis. I'm not pulling on Final Fantasy 15 at all on my main account. I'm saving for Final Fantasy 6, but on my casual account, I will be doing the first couple of steps on that step up. If I get lucky, I get lucky. All right, guys, appreciate you stopping in, and thanks for watching.